As it's mid-October, I figure I should probably try a pumpkin beer, right? What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. I went and hit up a bunch of beer stores today looking for some beers to try to do a collab with Tuvar, because he got some American beers, and I had a hell of a time finding any. I don't know what it is about the beer distribution going to Europe when they buy these American beers, but it seems like these guys always find beers that I can never get, even though it's things like Sam Adams, Ale Smith, those kind of things. So weird that they get beers like that I can't see on the shelves around here. But I'm going off on a tangent, so we'll talk about the beer instead. So while I was looking for that stuff, I went to Simone's, saw this on the shelf, decided it's time to do a pumpkin beer. Never had it before. This is the Pumpkin Drop. It's a lager from the Brew Kettle, and the Brew Kettle is out of, I don't know, Cleveland, I believe. I should have looked that up, should have wrote that down. I don't remember where it's from. Hopefully it says on the can somewhere. Pumpkin Drop Lager. It's just kind of generic looking can, but it stuck out on the shelf. That's why I picked it up. And a lot of you out there might be familiar with the Brew Kettle because one of the beers that's very sought after from them is the White Raja. It's an IPA. It's probably their most well-known beer. A lot of people want that, look for that. It's a very highly rated beer as well. So this is from the same brewery. On the can here, it just says, light, crisp pumpkin lager, 5% ABV, the Brew Kettle. And that's everything on the can, really. See if it even says their location. I'll put their location on the video because I forgot to write that down. I know it's somewhere in the greater Cleveland area, I believe. If nothing else, they are from Ohio, worst case. That's why I'm wearing my Ohio Drink Beer Made Here shirt. And I'm just rambling on about nonsense. I'm sure everybody's tuned out by now. So let's get into the pumpkin beer. Like I said, it's 5%. On Untapped, it gets a 3.74 with 115 check-ins. Beer Advocate, it was not rated. I don't know why, but I'm pouring it into an IPA glass. I can't always have the proper glassware. Not sure what the proper glassware is for a pumpkin beer. If you know what the proper glassware is for a pumpkin beer, let me know down below in the comments. Get a nose on it. Oh, that's big pumpkin spice. Big time pumpkin spice on like the spicier side. The nutmeg clove side. A lot of clove in there. Smells good to me. Smells like Halloween. And that's somewhat, a little slightly clear. You can't quite see through it, but it's kind of, you can see into the beer, and it's an orangey color. Probably about a 13, no, I can't read. Probably about a 11 on my SRM chart. And it's got about a ring finger's worth of, I don't know if that's quite nicotine stained or slightly orange hued head. It's somewhere in there. But this smells delicious. I'm excited to taste this one. If you made it this long in the video with all my stumbling, cheers, everybody. I was going to say this is disappointing because it's watery. But then I realized or remembered it's a 5% lager, so I shouldn't expect a big body out of it. It's a watery body. You do get some of those pumpkin spices, but it's very subtle. There's even a bit of like flavor, like the meaty bit of a pumpkin. You get kind of that flavor in there. But everything's very subdued. Everything's very subtle. The smell on this is way better. The nose on this is way better than the flavors. If you're looking for a subtle pumpkin beer that's not overtly strong, not punchy in the mouth, just an easy drinking, has some essence of pumpkin, it has some essence of the pumpkin pie spices or the pumpkin spices, but isn't over the top, isn't punchy in the mouth. You'd really enjoy this. I could easily drink a few of these and not get tired of them. Now, as far as giving it a rating, it's a little tough for me. Because when I smell that pumpkin spice, when I think of pumpkin beers, I want it to be big, bold, pumpkin spice latte, like giant pumpkin flavored, giant spice profile, like really just punch you in the mouth. I like those kind of pumpkin beers. However, that's not this. But the can even says it's light, crisp pumpkin lager. Light, crisp pumpkin lager is exactly what this is. It hits the mark perfectly on what the can says it is. It hits the mark perfectly on what the beer's supposed to be. Even though I want something more bold out of a pumpkin beer, this is exactly what it's supposed to be. So I do have to give it a horns up. Excellent beer for a light, crisp pumpkin lager. Could drink a bunch of these and not get tired of them. You could sit there and sip these on the porch all night while handing out Halloween candy. 5%, you wouldn't get too flutered. And you'd probably have a much more enjoyable time than sitting there sober. So, if you ever had this beer, what's your favorite pumpkin beer? Let me know down below in the comments what your favorite pumpkin beer is. Maybe I can find it and try to review it. And as always, embrace the adventure.